Oh, look, I gave him the PK special.
I test the lion before testifying. All I got is hitters in my squad. I could get you killed, all my niggas want the job. I could get you killed, it just take a head nod. I don't want you dead by
Your
tonight.
favorite
That's the
battler's
real
favorite
deal.
battler.
Yo. So it's your boy, the Brady Gang Boss Man, and so it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I have been working on this since yesterday. Again, it's the 29th. So I've been working on it since the 28th, and I already did this once, and it got deleted because I'm an asshole. So the whole thing is the first time around, me and Bumba built a team. He came out of retirement a little while ago. By a little while ago, I mean a few months ago. And he hates Tapus, and OU was stale for us both. So he wanted to play some PU. This was before Ultra Sun and Moon, and we made a team. I uploaded a video. I only used the team that we made in one battle. So I'm gonna flip the script this time and then use the team that we made in pretty much the whole video. And then I think I have the correct lobe team for the last 2 games, and I ended up fixing I ended up fixing the that max special attack low punny, by the way, and I did that. So that whole video was the wrong lope. So the whole thing is Bumba's actually my guy, my main apple scrapple. He's been A1 since day one, but I never put him in a position to be on top of beef actually. And then the whole thing is when that game happened versus his guy that was talking on that rah, this nigga Bumba, yo, he's the Dawn King of Pokemon. So within, I don't know, 10 minutes of hearing all that loud, he set up the Salty Ree, told that nigga that my boy PK knows you're not a random ladder scrub now. So not only will you lose, but if he wants to 6-0 you, he probably will. And so the guy was, yeah, okay. And then Bumble asked him, do you want to do a series? Because, you know, one game is and so he set that up and then got back to me in like 15 minutes, like, yo, if you want the Salty Ree, you can get it. So at this point, I can't lose, but I also have to prove a point because my guy vouched for me. So who am I to make him look bad? I don't care if I do, but not my people is the point of that. Also, this guy, so the other dude has a whole bunch of lemmings and they were talking all this rah-rah on Discord. But it's Discord, it's not Skype or anything else. So Bumba had to read all that extra stuff. And then he told me before the game, he was like, yo, Will. And then he called me Will. So I knew this shit was about to be some real shit. And he told me that, yo, can you just do me a favor and beat this guy to make him stop talking? I don't care about him because he doesn't really talk like that, but all his little flunkies and lapdogs are blowing on my Discord, and they're all talking all this rah. So, if you know me, like really know me, all of a sudden that soldier in me came out. And you know, my second favorite thing, well, my third favorite thing, I like teaching, and then I like learning, and then my third favorite thing, I love to just follow orders. So, and not just follow orders, but carry out the orders that you gave me and satisfy my commanding officer for all intents and purposes beyond his greatest expectations. So, fast forward, and if y'all watch the video, Games versus Names, you can see what happened. The series was at the end, and I put him in a position where I click flash cannon 4 times and win. But I didn't need to do that because the point was already proven. You just got swept by Magneton. Then the other game we had, I used the first team that I ever made. So I had that Tim and Cortana, and I wanted to sweep him with the Cortana. This nigga couldn't even put me in a position where I could employ that strategy. So instead I swept him with Scarflele. Apparently this nigga doesn't know how to defend against Scarfmonth, but that's the whole point. So my guy points and I go there. That's the whole thing. So that was very long-winded, but I don't care, cause I already did this once, so I'm gonna do it right this time, I guess. Peep the soundtrack, by the way, and I redid the Pokemon Cypher, by the way. I didn't change any of the lyrics or re-record it, but I got my video editor's swag on and pretty much made it the way that I wanted to make it the first time if I would have known how to do anything. So that link should be in the outro, by the way. So the whole point of this is Bumba was super hype about Palisade cause he got Stealth Rocks as a move tutor in Sumo, well, Ultra Sumo, and he hit me up the day before the game dropped and told me that Paolo Saiyan was a bona fide threat, and I didn't believe him because Paolo Saiyan never did shit against me. And then he sent me the calcs. Well, one calc in particular is what started that whole thing. So he was talking about Palisand was so good because of that it beats the best spin blocker in the tier is the thing, and I didn't know what he was talking about. And then he showed me this calc. So Palisand only has a chance to get 3 KO'd. So you can switch in, then recover, then earth power, then recover, rinse and repeat, and he can never beat you ever. So worst case scenario, you're at 54% when you killed the Hitmonchan, which is, that shit put me on board, so I was all about it because of what he said. So we got our Braintrust swag on. Oh yeah, before I forget, so this nigga right was talking about Palisand, and then this is the beginning of Sumo, and he told me that yo, his Pokedex entry was way too much, to the point that Palisand eats children, and to the point of that, it's like, yo, hey little kids, you wanna play with this sandcastle? Then he fucking eats them, and then steals their soul and puts his bones in the sandcastle. So that was kinda wild, cause I thought this was Pokemon and it should be a children's game. Then he linked me to the Pokedex entry, and it's what you see now. So apparently Pokemon was replaced with children before they errated it and made it, I guess, PG. But being a fan of the macabre, cause my homegirl Missy, which is actually a mutual friend of ours, I was really on board with the Palisand now. So anyway, let's get into the team. So, and by the way, this is one of the best teams that I have, period. And I'm not only happy to have the team for one, but to be part of the team building process with a nigga that I look up to, and the only person that makes me excited to play this game and to want to stay relevant at all times. And before y'all niggas start talking all that loud, it's like I said a long time ago, yo, it's nothing wrong with a little bromance, yo. That's my guy for real, though. So, like I said, that's my guy, and he wanted to build a team around the Palisand that has stealth rocks, and Palisand's actually one of the most reliable rockers in the tier as well. So Shadow Ball, Earth Power, Recover, and Stealth Rock is standard. Shore Up is funny because it's the only weather recovery that has nothing but upside. So that's awesome. And then I went Sandvale over water compaction because one, this isn't doubles, and two, if you let that nigga eat a water hit, it's gonna just die, is the point. So rather I want to have an ability with some upside in case they want to bring sand, and then you power up my evasion and my recover at the same time, so that's cool. Then so we're max on defense, and I always go 248, 12 rather than 252, 252, 4, so I can speed creep on the ones that run that. And then I didn't know if there was anything relevant that this nigga speed ties with, cause let's be real, who knows what's in the 35 speed stereo. And Bumba told me that Mudsdale was a thing, so I was like, yo, I'm just gonna put 12 speed so we never speed tie with that thing. And he told me that it's never gonna come up ever, that's not a thing. And I told him, I mean, that's cool, but if it does, I'm gonna be glad that that shit came through. Just like with download, I always put 4 in special defense, cause you gotta fuck up download. I gotta fuck up download, that's the thing now. It never comes up ever, cause the only thing with download is Pori, and it's cool, but when they have that random scarf Porygon Z and you fuck up the download, you'll be glad cause it actually came through. So this was the first mon in our build around, so that's where we started and where we can go from there. So the only reason I have Showdown is because they have the type chart, which is faster. So and it's funny because Palisand actually has more resistance than weaknesses, which is cool. So Dark Ghost, so we should probably have a defensive dark type, grass and ice and water. So okay, so keep that in mind. So and when me and Bumba build teams, it's always he picks them on, and then I pick them on, then we pick them on, we both want, and then we flash out the rest of the team. So he wanted Palisand, and then real talk, yo, they allowed my nigga Gastro down here. I used this Gastro and OU to win games and beat Latioses and Heatrans. So what down here is actually standing a chance? Really? So this is Curse Gastro, by the way, if you don't know what that is. it always takes 2 life orb Dracos from Latios is the point, and that's all the EVs are about. The only thing I changed is I made it 0 speed, so we're always the fastest thing in Trick Room. My OU one is 85 to outspeed Marowak in Trick Room, and so that's a thing. And the set is pretty self-explanatory. You curse and then sweep niggas. So at this point, we have a double grass weakness. Gastro eats ice beams for days. Doesn't care about dark pulses. Is a water immunity for the Palisade as well. So, at this point, we have to figure out some mutual thing that we can agree on. So, and you already know it's only grass. I just did this because I'm making this video for my guy. So we also need a grass resist as well. So what can we agree on? Actually, my nigga came through with the Defiant Primate. So, okay. I wanted Vital Spirit. He wanted to fuck up Defog. Alright. So we went with Defiant over Default. EVs are self-explanatory. It's max. Primate fucks up download naturally, so I didn't have to do anything. Gunshot and U-turn and close combat are standard. Stone Edge over Ice Punch, cause you gotta kill them Swannas and them Archons. And I guess Armado can't switch in, and yeah, so I went Stone Edge is the only thing that I made that wasn't standard. Well, it's probably slashed, but that was the thing. And we went Primate over any other Scarfer because Primate was actually faster than most Scarfers in the tier anyway, and that was a thing. And then being able to fuck up Defog and Parting Shot as well was also just upside. And then they don't even have Ice Punch. I don't know why you would ever have Earthquake, but that's cool. So Fairy, Flying Psychic. Gastro eats Fairy, moves for days. There's not really anything as a Flying Resist in PU as well, so and primate's super frail, so it's not taking anything. So we got all these weaknesses. So what can we do to patch that up? So we went with Skuntank. Now it resists the grass from both of these. It resists the dark and the ghost from that. It is immune to the psychic from the primate, and it's only weak to earthquake or earth power. Gastro takes the earth powers. Palisand takes the earthquakes, so we're good on that. I also decided to run the Little Cup Stunky set, so max but HP and speed, and then Taunt, Sucker Suit, and Fire Move. So the only thing the Fire Move is relevant for is Feral Seeds. Taunt to stop default, cause Skuntank is deceptively fast actually. EVs are kinda self-explanatory. I made it hasty instead of jolly or naive because you net 1 stat point going hasty instead of naive, by the way. So we got that. So the thing is, next it was like, well, status fucks these two. Stunky isn't really a grass resist because I don't have Sludge Bomb or Poison Jab on them. So we need an actual solid grass resist, and a cleric would be nice. So we decided Miltank with Sap Sipper. So now it's grass immunity, and I have Heal Bell, and we have Toxic, and decided to go specially defensive Miltank, by the way. See how that is. So it's max 12 like always, and we might be able to do something with this. So fighting, but we have the immunity. Grass, we have the immunity, so we're all gravy. So Gastro takes ice beams for days, I already said that, blah blah blah. And now the Miltank does as well. So at this point, the only weakness that isn't covered by something else is ground and flying. That's it. Like I said, there's no such thing as a flying resist in PU, and Earthquake is just gonna be problematic, except Palace Swan eats for days. So the team was pretty much fleshed out at this point. So we had pretty much a free spot. So what did we want? And we ended up going with standard Hitmon. So Ice Punch, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Rapid Spin, Assault Vest, and the 96 speed is to outspeed Torterras, and that's it. That's the mark that you're hitting. Cause I like bulk more than outspeeding. Excuse me. Than outspeeding some threats, I guess. So we don't want to defog, which is why I don't have defog on the Stunky Skuntank. We'd much rather stop defog and rapid spin. So that's the team, by the way. That was also probably very long-winded, but it's cool. We can get past it. Y'all be alright. So, like I said, this soundtrack is actually a thing that I actually dug in the crates for the hardest beats for Bamba and all that. So, like I said, I got 2 games, so the first and the last with the low punny team. Then the first half of the game that we had showcased what Bumble wanted, Palace, and what I wanted, Gastrodon, what we both wanted, Primate. Then it's gonna be the longest game that I had in PU with this team, especially. Then the second half is the showcase of Bumba's brainchild Pokemon, and then the last game is with this team again versus some niggas that I can't understand, but it's cool. So apparently Stack Attacker Trick Room is now a thing. So let me get into this and we can go through the games now. So Tran versus Crest. So I'm always gonna get rocks. He Trick Rooms the obvious. Azu was obvious, so let me double into growth. Giga Drain to see if he has Sap Sipper. He doesn't, and then he takes damage on Camera Up for no reason, but I assume he has Healing Wish on Crest, so as long as it's alive, it's still a threat. He Moonlights. I'm gonna Sleep Powder because I can eat up an Ice Beam, and I missed the Sleep Powder because good luck PK. The obvious Magearna is obvious, so give me the spikes please. I have Toxapex now, so it's an always switch into the mag. So I don't understand what he thinks it is. So he T-bolts twice. I'm gonna recover because I'm faster. And then I recover again. He makes a super risky play, because if I Scald, he loses Camera Up, but that's fine. I have Lottie, So I'm gonna try to get some damage off. I missed the Draco, which is all gravy, and then his ice beam does 30%. That's cool. Now the ice beam will do 40 something percent if I take one. Instead, he doesn't want to deal with that. So Tangrowth will stack attack forever. Alright. I have no reason not to Giga Drain. I want Toxapex to be the only thing frozen, cause it can always thaw. This Crest is slightly annoying. And then I don't know why you switch this into that, but he did. And then the double into the obvious Chronon is a thing. You can't ever kill me, and I'll always kill you. So the Mag, I assume I go back to Toxapex, and he's got Flash Cannon. Okay. So that's a super free switch and a super free kill. Then I recover. I'm gonna switch into his obvious Lunar Dance, and then Tangrowth just wins anyway, regardless, period. And then I get a crit, so I'm outside of crit Stone Edge range. And then his last two are actually DOA. So stack attack a Trick Room. What a way to start things off, I guess. Destrolishment is real. But that's not why I recorded this video. Apparently I left my tabs open for too long, so now we gotta wait. So like I said before, it is what it is. So he leads with Intimidate on my Defiant. So if I had Earthquake, you just lost your Quillfish for no reason. I forgot Persian got knockoff now, so that's annoying. I'm always gonna Shadow Ball your Persian. And then he's got Supersonic Sky Strike on the Archon. That's brand new, I guess. So I could just kill the Absol, but I want the rocks out of here. Excuse me. So free switch on a sucker, and then Primeape is not built like that. So I get the turn a life orb that I needed. So the Absol's out of the way now. Crisis averted, I guess. So he wants to set up spikes, then he wants to taunt me, then he explodes. So I guess that was a good series of plays. I mean, you sack your Quillfish for one spike. That's cool. The Earthquake doesn't do anything to the Persian. Then he's got taunt on this as well. So he's running double taunt. Then I don't know a universe where you would give me +3, except this one cause Primate's dead. Oversight on my part, and I don't know why this nigga's actually psychicking. Like, I don't have Stunky, and I don't have Skuntank cause that died, so even more oversight. So he's free to parting shot. Of course I don't get the para on the thing I want to get parried. I see U-turn, I assume he's choice. I was mistaken, so I lose Miltank for no reason. So it's all up to you. My antagonist is real unnamed. Shoutouts if you understand the nickname. Bumba thinks I'm a fool for that. It's cool. So healing wishes. So now it's a 50-50. You can foul play me 3 times and I can win, or you can taunt, stop me from recovering, and I still win. So I get the 50-50 right. So this unnamed antagonist is actually gonna proceed to do what villains do in the movies. So good game, and Bumba wanted the Palisand. I understand why. So the next one, so Bumba wanted to use Palisand, I wanted to use Gastro. So we exchange rocks, that's standard. Earth Power crit doesn't do anything to the card bank. So I Shadow Ball instead of Earth Powering again. That's different. Go to Stunky, get Sucker Punch and Aftermath on this thing. I lose my Stunky though. That's cool. I have Hitmon to revenge. He stays in and lets me, so that's fine. Then he goes Altaria. I don't understand that. So that gets vaporized. He goes to Lantern. So that gives me a free spin. And he wanted to Volt Switch to sack his card bank. I don't understand that. So I have Gastro for a reason, this one in particular. So I'm just gonna recover until he has 2 life orb hits. Then I'm gonna curse, then I'm gonna recover and end this exchange at pretty much full HP with +1/+1 is my thought process. So he's in the range now, so he can kill himself and I can recover and be a fool. So Primate locks himself into close combat, doesn't do anything, and he understands what it is. So Bumba wanted to use Palisand, I wanted to use Gastro. So apparently the ideas that we had are actually coming through, I guess. And then this game is weird. So he Calm Minds on my rocks, that's cool. Then he Ice Beams, that's cool. I'm gonna Sucker, he's got Cobra Berry, So I don't know what this masquerade is. Apparently he doesn't want to do anything except give me Defiant. That's cool. Excuse me. So I could have and should have shadowballed, but I didn't think masquerade would be the play, but it was. And then I get a crit. I don't think that mattered because he's offensive. So Reggie Brock toxics me to get Earth Power. That's cool. I have heal bell, so I'm not tripping. He goes to volley. It takes, or type null. It takes nothing from the Earth Power. Sets up the Swords Dance. I just want to heal my stuff. I know I'm faster now. The double into the Quillfish. Okay. So he sacks it to get up a T-Spike, which I don't understand. Then he sacks his Reggie to get a Toxic off, which I also don't understand because I have Heal Bell on the Mill Tank. So I don't care what this thing does. I just want the rocks out of the way. I didn't think he would ever Earthquake twice because I have Palisand, but that's cool, I guess. This thing thinks he's Jirachi, but he doesn't have Serene Grace, so that's cool. He does get a flinch. Nigga, you're not Jirachi. Let me reiterate that fact. So I know he's not gonna close combat, but this antagonist is unnamed, by the way. So I don't know why he's trying to play this game. Then he goes hard Talk Tomorrow. This nigga has Encore. So I'm just gonna close combat. That's cool. Then he brings in and again I'm scarfed. This nigga's scarfed that whole time. So he has scarfed Encore. What is this, Polytoad in OU? And then I guess maybe I win the speed tie, but it didn't matter anyway, cause I have Palisand. So there's no move he can back himself into and not lose. So that was a thing. 1, 2, 3. So now we're at the halfway point. And this is kind of longish. So he leads with Meltank, so we're gonna exchange rocks. That's cool. He goes into Montedale, which okay. And he's got payback, and I'm faster. And he rested, but I'm faster. So if you remember the thing, those 12 speed EVs are coming in clutch. This is what they were for, to outspeed Montedale's. That's cool. So he goes Gastro. I get Toxic. I'm on Earth Power. Then I get a Sped F drop. That's cool. So he recovers. And now Toxic's racking up. So I wanna heal Bell. I toxic so he can toxic me, so that I can heal Bell off both status on his switch. So that's what proceeds to transpire. I didn't realize it was Savali Steel at the time. Then I get a full para. So the hacks against this man is a thing. Then he's smarter than the average bear, so he doesn't parting shot. Then this nigga has heal bell on the lantern, and then he takes 75 to get a toxic that I can heal off. So I don't understand that play, but it's fine, I guess. So I double into his Pyroar. I'm specially defensive mill tank, so I don't care. Let me get that toxic off, by the way. And then being faster is coming through clutch right now. So I can recover again. I'm outside of range, so I can recover again. And now I'm really outside of range, so I'm gonna recover again. And now I'm definitely outside of range. I get my rocks and then he crits me. But that's my fault because I was playing with crits anyway. So I'm gonna curse to force him to toxic me and take damage in the process. So physically defensive gastro is apparently a thing in PU. I didn't think he was gonna let me do the same thing again, but apparently I have too much faith in humans. So he toxic me, I heal Bell. I toxic him, he goes Savali. I don't get a para this time. He flash cannons to predict my primate, which is a good play. And he defaults on my recover. So this guy actually knows what he's doing. I body slam to catch whatever he wanted to switch into. He now knows that Mudsdale is always walled by mill tank now. So that's fine. He's gonna set up rocks. He got toxic for his troubles. This guy has T-Wave mill tank. Never seen that before, but it's cool. And then he just wants to parting shot. So I let him heal Bell, which is fine, I guess. Everything was on one turn toxic anyway. So the mill tank always walls that. So the recover is obvious. He fire blasts for some godforsaken reason. I don't understand why he's not trying to double, but he didn't. So now I'm gonna switch into primate. So I don't know what he's parting shotting for. This is screaming scarf. And then the switch is obvious, so I'm gonna pull the double, go into Gastro, and proceed to make sure that something always dies at this point. And I can do this infinitely, so he understands that and quits. I don't blame him. It is what it is. But the whole point of this game is them 12 speed EVs came through, so the situation that never comes up ever, but if it does, you're happy, happened. So I'm gravy. So Leaveney versus Palisand is cool. I know you want Rebs, so that happens. Going to Skuntank, I know you're gonna switch so you can get pursued. Then I have the unnamed antagonist for a reason. So head smash doesn't matter. I don't know why he switched this in, but he did. So Shadow Ball, I'm gonna toxic you for your troubles. He's gonna burn me like I don't have heal buff. I don't understand, but it's fine. So he switches into the baby Infernape. I'm gonna pull a oh no, double. I toxic his switch. I switch on his Swords Dance. Then the unnamed antagonist does what she does. So I'm just gonna toxic stall the monkey, which is cool. So you netted 20% for your troubles. That's amazing. I'm faster than Drampa with webs up. I think he specs because of that Draco. So, like I said, I'm faster, so I don't actually know what he's trying to do. And then he quits because he had enough. I understand, I'm not mad. It's okay, it happens. So, this guy is funny. So once again, I'm gonna leave with Palisand because I want turn 1 rocks always. So he knocks off. That's kinda new. So knock off Stealth Rock Pincer is a thing, and then Chip Tree to eat the Shadow Ball. Slightly unnecessary. So I'm gonna taunt for God knows why, but he tried to toxic my Skuntank. So I eat another knockoff, so this nigga's running like mono knockoff. PU team. Just kidding. I get a toxic off on the Dusknoir. I wanted to hit a switch with the body slam, because what is Dusknoir ever gonna do ever? So he will-o-wisp like I don't have heal bell, but I kind of want to be burned. That's cool. So back in the Palisand we go. The unnamed antagonist is pulling her weight like always. Then this nigga has special shiftry. That's cool. I don't get flinched, so this nigga should know that you never win. I have sap zipper balls. That's the point of Miltank. Then he kills himself and I recover, so I'm pretty much at full now. So I'm gonna heal bell on this sub, then I'm gonna break his sub on his calm mind. This nigga used shattered psyche like I don't have a Skuntank. So I'm gonna keep Miltank for fodder. And the Mesprit can't do anything but die. This is oversight. I forgot that Pincer outspeeds me by 1. Missed the Stone Edge because that's cool, but he knocks off, so thanks boss. I actually did want my scarf. Gonna take that out, and I'm not scarfed, so I can U-turn freely into Palisand. I don't understand what he's trying to do, so he really just wants to throw his Dustnor, I guess. And I'm just gonna recover stall until you die. Then the Caracosta Earth Power is obviously my play. I get a crit, most definitely mattered, but at that point I just get the Earth Power damage off and then go Palisade or Primate, close combat twice, and then Mach Punch with Hitmon, and I win that game, is the point. So the unnamed antagonist is putting in the finest of work, like a fine wine. So this nigga has Sunny Day, so sun is a thing. He encores me into Stealth Rocks. I appreciate that. Now, I don't know why you ever... I guess he doesn't understand that I'm Miltank, which was this forever, but that's fine. So I get put to sleep. So he's fishing for poison, but he's killing himself in the process. Goes for Solar Beam. I have Sap Zipper, so I don't understand what he was doing. So Probopass is not gonna do anything except Corkscrew Crash. I've never seen that, but okay. Get my Miltank at full any volt switches. So I underestimated the power of Leaf Healing. So Hitmon just gets cleaned out. I also didn't think that he would ever go for the grass move when I have Miltank around. So Swordsdan, Sunny Day, knock off Leaf Blade, that's the thing. So Skuntank doesn't care. So finishes that, then let me get some damage on the Magmor. That's cool. Primate finishes this off. Then I'm gonna switch to Palisand. Then Earth Power because you can't switch into this at all. So unnamed antagonist is putting in the work. So I'm gonna earth power again. Thanks for the scarf. And then I'm gonna proceed to click earth power until either I win or he quits. And he roosts and then on course, and then option B, he just quit. That's cool. So the unnamed antagonist, y'all, putting in the work. And if you don't understand that nickname, I'm not gonna explain it. So he actually earthquakes turn 1, and then he's got Sky Strike on the land. Ew. So I get spikes for free. Then I'm gonna HP fire. I'm not brave enough to spike again, so I'm gonna HP fire. So I killed that and he netted I don't know, 20%. So I assume it's Scarf Laddie, cause why would you ever allow me to kill you? Actually, so he's Scarf, or not Scarf, but Rocks, Z-Fly, Earthquake, Lando. Wow, this nigga knocked off. So I don't understand at all what's going on. Then this nigga actually used Fly. So he misses for his trouble. The laddie doesn't actually care. I'm not gonna Draco to let his scissor set up, I guess. But he's got knockoff on this too. So I think that his laddie scarfed, so I have nothing to fear, is what's going on in my head. So Psyshock, I think he's locked in a Psyshock, so that's cool. Wow, this nigga bluffed the scarf. I'm not even mad, cause that was actually awesome. So Lope to revenge. So he swords dances on my high jump kick. That's a thing. So now I don't think this guy's actually as good as I thought he was. So he bullet punches. So can I get a burn though? And you know it's good luck PK, so of course I cannot. So like I said, I don't think this guy's as good as I think, so I'm gonna fake out. So now the play is always for him to roost, but he's not that good, so he gets to kill himself. Then my laddie's still a fool, pretty much, so I should win with laddie. As long as I don't miss Draco, we're gravy. So that game was different a lot, but that was the game. Yo, Bumba, you see I'm working on that crack for you, boss, so that was cool. Alright, y'all, it's your boy PK, Pretty Game Boss Man, you already know. Yo, Bumba, y'all, I did this for you, y'all. I hope you appreciate it. Alright, y'all, you're my guy. Anyway, I'm your favorite battler's favorite battler, Brady Game Boss Man PK, aka the reason that your girl's so thirsty. Just kidding, but not really. Anyway, get at me, y'all. Alright, holla. 1.
Closer than a brother. True friend, not no new friend. Genuine like leather. No for them a fake friends, so them change just like the weather. And when them woulda send you out, real friend woulda never. Real friend always there with you, Joanna, you will never. Dear friend, them support, oh yes, ready for whatever. The value of a real friend, no we really cannot measure. All me know, all of my real friends, them not go treasure. So